Hello, everyone, and welcome to another weekly Oracle message for the Zodiac. I do want to remind you that you do embody the full Zodiac, so I want to invite you to stay to hear the whole thing. So what this is we are going to pull one card from an Oracle deck for each of the signs. And this week we are going to pull one card from the Shadows of Light Oracle deck, which I got from Goddess Provisions. Check out goddessprovisions.com for all your Goddess Provisions needs. And if you want to buy stuff individually, it doesn't work for the boxes or the subscriptions, but if you want to buy just like the Shadows of Light Oracle deck, you can use the code Mystic Hillbilly, MYSTIC HILLBILLIE at checkout, and you can get a 10% discount on all orders. So I am affiliated, but I don't know if they always have the Shadows or the Oracle decks, that because I get their subscription box, so I don't know, but I'm not completely affiliated with them. I love them, and I love goddesses, and I love all of you goddesses out there. Whether you're male or female, you can have an inner goddess within you, and your inner goddess has provisions and needs. And I love that Goddess Provisions helps us to provide for our inner goddess. But anyway, I have got distracted. This is a weekly show for, we pull one card from the Shadows of Light Oracle deck. It's a different Oracle deck each week. This week it's the Shadows of Light, and we pull one card for each of the signs. Like I said at the beginning, you do embody the full Zodiac, so I invite you to stick around for the full show. But if you just want to see your sun, moon, and rising, you can just wait, because this will be released. Each sign will be released individually within 48 to 72 hours after the release of this video. If you happen to be coming across this video and you see that it was released months ago, years ago, then that means there is a message for you in this video for sure. So stick around and watch the full thing. And maybe your intuition tells you it's more towards the middle, more towards the end. Just, you can follow your own gut and your own intuition. That's the most important part here. That's why we show the cards, so that you can use your intuition to see if what I'm saying is confirming to you what you're hearing. And if so, it gives you the confidence to move forward in your life. And that's the goal here. And if it's not resonating and you don't feel like it's giving you confidence and hope to move forward in your life, please click off, leave it here, and move on. I'm so grateful to have you, and for you to move on and to find your own hope and your own confidence elsewhere. Anyway, okay, I am just rambling on today, ain't I? So, it is Capricorn season at the time of the release of this video, so we will begin with Capricorn. And without further ado, let's get started and see what messages come out for the Zodiac this week with the Shadows of Light Oracle deck by Haley Claire. All right, Capricorn. First of all, happy birthday, Capricorn. I hope you're having a wonderful birthday season. Okay, so you have discernment. Number 33, comparisons. Okay, Capricorn. Capricorn, I feel like you are in an indecisive place. You're not sure which way to go. And you're not sure, like you're being presented with multiple choices and multiple opportunities. For some, it might be multiple. For most Capricorns, I feel like it's multiple, and it really is making you feel stuck, unable to move. But for some, it may just be, it's between this or that. It's not multiple, it's just this or that. It's still causing you to feel stuck. So discernment is needed. First of all, you have discernment. What does discernment mean to you? To be able to discern the truth, to tell which way to go more clearly. There's a need to listen to your gut and to your heart, to align your gut and your heart. I also feel like you don't have to make the decision right away, and any rushing of the decision helps make the decision for you. Don't go towards the rushing. Whatever they're rushing you to do, that means definitely decide the other way. But use your discernment too. This is like, it is so absolutely necessary for you to use your discernment this week. Don't hand your power away. Don't even hand it away to me. Like, even if they're rushing you and pressuring you, if your discernment is saying, no, we should go with the rushing, don't follow my advice. Don't give your power away to anybody this week. Take the power into your own hands and make the decisions based off your heart, your gut, your discernment. And I feel, Capricorn, you're trying to compare. You're comparing this to the past, and I'm telling you, it's not how it has in the past. Your comparisons are wrong this week. There's wrong comparisons getting in the way, which could cause you to misalign and not be able to discern properly, which only makes you feel more stuck, Capricorn. So I would try to avoid comparisons this week. Just be like, no, I'm not going to compare it to anything. I'm going to go with what this feels like it is now, and go with what it is now, if that makes sense, Capricorn. Because the comparisons are getting in the way of you using proper discernment this week. And whether that's comparing it to the past and how it went before, or whether that's comparing it to how he or she did it, or how they did it, or how they're better or worse or whatever, the comparisons are not helping. They're creating the stuck atmosphere, if that makes sense, Capricorn. So you need to cut through the mess, and you got to be strong, and you need to discern, and you need to choose based off your heart. And it needs to be your power. You can't give this power away, because if you give the power away, it won't be yours to have. And it is yours to have, so take it. But you're going to need to use your own discernment, because this is your growth. You can't grow your discernment. You can't have your power and give it away. You can't grow your discernment and let them use it, give it away to them. You have to stand in your truth. And this isn't comparable to anything. Maybe if there's some way that you can convince your mind, we're not comparing this to anything. We're seeing this for what it is now, and what it is here, now, for me and my path. So it doesn't matter what they did on their path. This is for me and my path. To stand true in your own path, Capricorn. And decide with your truth. And don't give your power away. But you have to discern. And what I'm hearing is your beliefs are going to help you to be able to see clearly. So understanding your beliefs and where your beliefs come from, because your beliefs are attached to your heart, and those beliefs will help you to make the right decision by consulting your heart and what your heart believes, and whether it believes in you or believes in the past or them. Your heart believes in you. So feel that. Move forward, trusting yourself and building trust with yourself so that you can trust yourself even more in the future. This isn't comparable, so just try to, any way you can convince yourself that comparisons are not for this week. We might compare ourselves to all the others next week, but for this week, we're going to focus on who you are and what's in front of you, and the decisions and the choices that you have to make in the now, in the moment. All right, beloved Capricorn, I hope this message helps. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest, and walk in love. All right, Aquarius, you have guidance, number 36. This is about letting your heart lead the way, letting your dreams guide you into the actions that you need to take. This is about not listening to others and listening and staying true to your heart. and letting yourself be guided by a higher vision. Okay, yeah, I'm hearing that. Take time to see the bigger perspective, to have an eagle's eye view, to see the bigger perspective, to see it all. When the eagle's flying, you can see it a lot. So take time to rise higher and to see the higher view before acting. And I feel like the rising higher and getting the eagle eye view is going to help inspire you to take the action that you know you need to take, that you know it's time to take, action that you can believe in, action that you feel purposeful in, action that feels right to you. And there's a need to forgive yourself and let yourself off the hook for something so that you can rise high enough to see the bigger picture more fully. And yes, as you rise higher, you see the bigger picture and the details begin to blur. But with that eagle eye view, that eagle eye is able to see the details even when up high, even in that risen state. So it's like, don't let go of the details, and you can allow the details to be and know the details. You don't have to forget the details as you rise up. Let the details be what they are. Just try to rise up and see them without judgment. Even, I feel like there's a need for self-forgiveness too. Like, you got to let yourself off the hook to be able to rise high enough, because you won't be able to rise high enough if you don't forgive. But you don't need to forgive for that sake either. You need to forgive for forgiveness' sake, for mercy's sake. Because none of us are perfect. None of us are doing, we're all doing our best. So be willing to rise up and see the higher picture, and be willing to forgive yourself so that you can rise high enough to see the higher picture, and don't leave out the details, and be guided by your heart. Believe in yourself, and only take inspired, passionate action this week. And if you can't take inspired, passionate action, then this is a week for rest and recovery, and to just go within and take care of yourself. If you can't take inspired, purposeful action, if you don't feel purposeful, then rest and take care of yourself. But if you feel like you can rise above, you can forgive yourself. You can and also if you do take this week to rest and recover, as much as you can, and you don't make yourself take action, and you feel like you get behind, then there will be a need for sure to forgive yourself so that you can rise above and take that inspired, purposeful action. But you're not going to be able to do it without self-forgiveness, without letting something go. You got to let yourself off the hook somewhere before the action that you take will be able to have the meaning that you want it to have. The reason why I'm telling you to rest if you can't take purposeful action is because I see action that is taken not in rest, not without that higher perspective, that it's like a wrecking ball. It's like a wrecking ball in a china shop. It's not supposed to be there, and that it's better for that wrecking ball to just stay still, and for us to figure out what we're going to do with this wrecking ball and how we can navigate it out of the china shop. Because we don't want to break all the china. It's not what we're here to do. The china is the treasures within you, within your soul, that you take with you, that you can't be taken away from you. Treasures and the gifts that you have. We don't want to destroy all that. It's not worth it, Aquarius. Be willing to love yourself. You are so amazing, and we love your uniqueness. We love it. Everything else is boring. It'd be so boring without you. We love you. We need you. Believe in yourself. We believe in you, Aquarius. All right, beloved Aquarius. That's the message I have for you this week. Take what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. Pisces, you got alignment, the center. So this is about bringing yourself into alignment, aligning your spirit, your soul, your body, your mind, Bringing yourself into full alignment. What is needed for you to be able to align your heart, soul, mind, and body? What is needed for you to be able to embody your full self in alignment? What is out of alignment? I can tell you what's not out of alignment is your heart. So use your heart as the center point to bring everything into alignment. Usually your heart and your soul are right there anyway, but sometimes the heart and soul can be out of alignment. And that would require some in-depth soul work. But I mean, Pisces, you're probably up for it. You're like, this life has given me the in-depth soul work, lady. Anyway, so there's a need to come into alignment. Pisces, I feel for a lot of you, this is you are naturally coming into alignment, and it's just a recognition of your work and your alignment, the alignment that you are flowing into. And now it's just you're no longer coming into alignment or need to come into alignment. It's how to maintain that alignment. What's needed to maintain the alignment. So think about that and have like a maintenance schedule. And this doesn't have to be like a whole bunch of stuff. It doesn't have to take like half your day. Maintenance shouldn't take half your day. It's like brushing your teeth. You do it once in the morning, once in the afternoon, while you're brushing, during you're brushing your teeth, and your face routine, whatever it is, you can bring yourself into alignment. You can find ways to maintain and to hold that alignment and to honor that alignment. And there's a need to really step into your spiritual embodiment, Pisces. We're moving into the new earth, the higher earth, and it's time for you to step into your higher earth self and to start living in embodied spirituality and to be an example of what it means to be embodied spiritually. And for some of you, Pisces, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you aren't resonating with that one, then I encourage you to get curious about what in the world am I talking about? This embodied spiritual. What does it mean to be spiritually embodied? Most of you Pisces know, but there's a few out there. Get curious. The pushback is okay, but get curious with it. What in the world does that mean? What does spiritually embodied mean? But for most of you, it's time. It's time for you to fully be embodied spiritually and to step in your truth and to love yourself along the way. You deserve all the love that you need. You've done a lot of work. You've come a long way. And for those of you that are doing the work to align, love yourself, because it's amazing the work that you're doing. And I don't know. Can I say this enough? Love yourself, Pisces. Love yourself, Pisces. Love yourself, and the fact that you are willing to go through the process. Look at you, Pisces, and the process that you've gone through and the process that you are going through, and love yourself for doing that. Look, if it was a friend or a beloved that was going through the processes that you have gone through and are going through, wouldn't you love them through the process? You deserve your love through this process. So be there and love yourself and embody your spirituality in truth and align that heart and that mind, and what can stand against you? All right, beloved Pisces, you got this. And as always, take what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. All right, Aries, you got boundaries, 25. So Aries, I feel like there is a need to protect yourself and how far you've come. I feel like you're going to be tested. There's a test this week on past decisions. But I feel like you have all the strength and the wisdom that you need to be able to overcome this test. But you need to think about boundaries, because I feel like this, for some Aries, the test is going to go too far. It just is. And you're going to have to be the one to shut it down and be like, enough. Okay. I know I learned the lesson. You need to get on. You know what I mean? This could be like someone in their sobriety and a friend comes around and they're really trying to convince you to go get drunk with them again, and you're just like, no, I'm not, that's not me, who I am anymore. I'm happy to see you. I hope that you have fun. It's just not me. But they're like, come on, come on, come on, come on. You're going to have to be the one to be like, no, and shut it down. Because this is a test that literally, if you were to give in, it would undo all of your progress and everything that you're trying to get to now. You would have to go backwards, and you are not willing to go backwards. Another example is, this is an ex coming back. An ex that you're in a trial separation time period with, but they continually show you why you would rather move on. And they're going to come and show you once again why you would rather move on, but they're going to be relentless about not letting you move on and how you shouldn't be allowed to move on. And they're just going to go out about it all the wrong ways. You're going to have to be the one that's like, no, go, I'm done. And really set your boundaries, because this would undo all the work that you've done. If you go back to them, they obviously didn't learn their lesson. They're going to just do the same thing over and over again. And it is a waste of time, honestly, at this point. Move on. I mean, gosh, I know you want to, and you're willing to. It's not that you want to, you wish that they would hear, you wish that they would understand, but it's obvious that they're not. And why do this to both of you? And they don't even get it. So I'm with you. And it's the same way with the drug thing. You wish that you could go out and have fun like that, but it's just, and they don't understand your sobriety. They don't understand where you're coming from, But so why even bother? They just got to go. And don't you dare set this boundary and then feel bad for yourself. You have overcome so much. You have built so much. You are so amazing. You are going places. I want you to celebrate yourself for setting this boundary. If you have to tell them no, go sleep on your friend's couch, I want you to celebrate yourself on that couch. If you have to say no, go have fun, and you know that they're out having fun while talking ish about you, which doesn't make any sense, but oh well, you have to maintain your sobriety, I want you to celebrate it. Celebrate your no. Celebrate you and your no. I don't care how small it has to be. If it's just like, you know what, the only thing we have around here is some saltine crackers, and I can just crumble them up and eat them like confetti, just as a little celebration. Make your own celebration however it has to be. In whatever way, whatever way that is. If it's taking a shower and honoring yourself, do that. Self-care is needed after these boundaries have been set. You're protecting yourself, you're protecting your progress, and you're protecting your future all in one move. And you are freaking amazing. You're amazing. You think that we're like, Aries is so headstrong, and Aries just thinks that they have to get what they want. And Aries, no. We're over here saying, wow, I wish I had that kind of courage to stand up for myself in that way, to be that strong, to just speak my truth. You're amazing. We're admiring you, Aries. Protect yourself and celebrate yourself and love yourself too. Say no. And let them be whatever they want to be. They had their chance, honestly. I mean, if it's the drunk coming back, they had a chance with you, saying, they could have been like, oh, okay, let's find a way to hang out sober and learn the fun of sobriety. A lot of what you've learned already is how great it can be. Or, if it's the ex, they had so many times that they could have figured this out. Not on you. What's on you is your amazing ability to stand up for yourself courageously, and the role model that you show us all. The strength that you've built, and the future that you can move into. All right, beloved Aries, that's the message I have for you this week. I hope it helps. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. All right, Taurus, you have Divine Design 39, the unknown. So the first thing that I hear is you are stepping into the unknown, and it is not to be told what is to be. So that's it, Taurus. You don't get to have a message this week. It is not to be told to you, and goodbye. No, I'm just joking, Taurus. I hope you understood the joke. I hope you enjoyed that. If not, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I feel like you're stepping into the unknown in an uncomfort zone. And Taurus, you've been in a comfort zone, and I've been encouraging you to enjoy your comfort zone. It's now time to step out of that comfort zone into an uncomfort zone and to move forward the way that you can and you do. It's time to believe in yourself and your actions as you move forward, and it's not going to be fully comfortable. Tauruses that remain in their comfort zone will be stagnant and will not be able to move forward into the new joy and love that is available to them now. You must move into the uncomfort zone, and you got to do what isn't comfortable, what isn't familiar, and you need to take the time and all the stuff that you've built up from your comfort zone to give you the comfort that you need during your comfort zone. In other words, the looking back on the past should only be to look back to remind yourself of how good it felt to smell the roses, to remind yourself of the smell of the roses. Now that you don't have the smell of the roses, you're in the smell of poo, and you're moving forward in the smell of poo. You know you have to keep moving forward in the smell of poo. Remind yourself of what roses smelt like and try to imagine smelling the roses to be able to move forward in the poo. And you can do this. You can do this. You got this. And I believe in you. You need to believe in you and take action that you can believe in. Continue to take action that you can believe in. This message is coming to you because you are stepping into an uncomfort zone, and those that are stepping into the uncomfort zone to get to it's a new level of love and joy that's on the other side. And I think that you guys feel and sense this too as you step forward into the uncomfort zone. And I'm giving you this to give you confirmation that it is the right, proper path, and to help give you the strength that you need to continue going forward through this. This too shall pass. It shall pass. You had plenty of time in your comfort zone. That passed. This too shall pass. It's time to believe in yourself and believe in the actions that you can take and move forward. Yeah, Taurus, you're moving into the unknown, and it's going to be what you make it with your movements, if that makes sense, Taurus. It's how you move into this unknown, and the way that you move into the unknown is what's going to make what becomes known through the unknown. And that's why it's very important that you take the comforts that you've gathered with you through this. You don't want to make the unknown into more shite because you keep focusing on the shite. You want to make the unknown beautiful because through the shite you can focus on the roses, and then you can make the unknown rosy. I hope that makes sense. Believe in yourself and your ability to move forward, and know that the uncomfort is just a sign that you are on the right path during this time. And it doesn't mean that the uncomfort will stay. It just is a sign for now where you are on your path. You got this. It's time to believe in yourself and the actions that you take. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest, and walk in love, Taurus. All right, beloved Gemini, you got acceptance. Number 21, I feel like life is teaching you some lessons this week. You're learning some things about what's important to hold on to and what needs to be let go, and the importance of letting go, and what happens whenever you don't let go. Lessons are being learned. There's life lessons that are coming to fruition for you this week. And I want to encourage you to really understand why things are happening to you this week. As things do happen, I want to encourage you to really reflect, and to reflect on the part that you played, even in the things that you feel like are happening to you. I want you to find a way that you played a part in it. This is how you're going to find the lessons that you need to be able to understand the importance of letting go. Because I feel like this reflection is going to show you how you held on to something that should have been let go, which led to the consequence that you're facing today, kind of thing. I want you to know and believe in yourself, but I want you to also understand the importance of letting go what no longer serves. And the reason why you need to learn this lesson is because if you take the consequence, the things that are happening to you this week, if you take them at face value and blame outside of yourself, it's guaranteed to happen again. But if you can see how it was you holding on to what should have been let go, then you will be able to see what needs to be let go. You will be able to let go of it, and you will be able to step into a better you that you can love even more. And that's the other thing. If you do find this, you know what? Even if you don't, I don't care if you find it or not. If you find what needs to be let go of and you let go of it, celebrate yourself, enjoy. That's if you do find it. But whether you find it or not, I want you to take yourself on a date this week. I want you to date yourself this week. Take yourself on a date, and it doesn't have to be a big date. It could be just like a little coffee date, a little first date, or it could be a picnic, in the woods, or it could be anything. It could be a walk in the park date. Because whatever, you need. But if you have the money that you can spend on yourself, spend money on yourself and take yourself out on a date. Take yourself out on a date. Date yourself. And on this date, I want you to reflect with yourself. Self-reflection. There's lessons that you're learning about yourself, and as you learn these lessons, you're able to step into a better, brighter you, Gemini, a you that you can love more, and a you that we can love more too. Gemini, I think it's really, really, really important that you love yourself because, as you know, a lot of people don't really like Geminis out there. We tend to call y'all two-faced whenever y'all are really seeing both sides, and it's not fair. You're misunderstood. But you're never going to be understood and loved if you can't understand and love yourself first. So it's time to really allow yourself to understand you, get to know you, and love yourself more. And just watch as the world begins to see and love your shine even more too. Let yourself feel your love this week. All right, beloved Gemini, that's the message I have for you this week. I hope it helps. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. All right, Cancer, you got sovereignty. 8, self-empowerment. The first thing that I hear is this week you need to stand in your truth. That makes me feel like somebody is trying to call you out or call you a liar. I feel like for some it is they're trying to say that you did something you didn't do, falsely accuse you. You need to stand in your truth. For others, I feel like they're calling you a liar. They're calling you out, but you can prove it. You have receipts. So don't let them get to you because that will make it worse. Your receipts will be received much better if you stay calm through their accusation. Don't let their accusation get to you. They don't know squat. Stand in your truth and empower yourself. Be empowered by yourself, for yourself. Choose yourself and choose your strength, your empowerment, and your truth. And stand in your truth. And be strong in your truth. You've got this, Cancer. You've come a long, long way. You've overcome so much, and it really is pretty messed up for somebody to be falsely accusing you like this. But all this is going to do is help you to see how far you have come with your own self-love and your self-care, and how strong you can stand in your own power and your own sovereignty. So love yourself through this. Know that your self-care has brought you to this strength, and continue to have that self-care and stand strong in your truth. And I feel like there's a need to choose you this week. Choose you. Choose your heart. Choose your love. Choose you. Stand tall in your strength. Stand tall in your truth, and choose you. Show up for yourself. Be there for yourself. And take time for yourself. Take time to nurture your strengths. And don't listen to what the naysayers say. Yeah, trust in your power this week. Trust in your truth. And move forward with strength and sovereignty. All right, beloved Cancer, take what resonates, leave the rest, and walk in love. All right, Leo, birthing. Okay, I feel like there's something new wanting to be created through you. Leos, I feel like for a lot of you Leos, you are creating something new, and you're in the process of making it into a tangible reality. You're almost there. Other Leos, I feel like you're feeling the call of something new that needs to be birthed through you. And I want to encourage you to listen to that call. If you don't, somebody else will pick it up, and you won't get the benefit. They will. But there's something that is needing to be birthed through you. It's something that brings change. I feel like there's something, it'll bring change. It's going to change how you interact with the world. You're not going to be the same after birthing this. This feels like death and renewal, rebirth. It feels like the old dying and the new being born. There's a change, there's a dramatic change and transformation that comes with this birth, this creating, this thing that you're creating transforms how you interact with the world, and how the world interacts with you and with the world. It's bringing great change and transformation. So I want to encourage you to be willing to step forward and to make the changes that you know is necessary for you to be able to create what you are being called to create. There's something that needs to be released. The old needs to be released. It cannot move forward into the new that is being born. It won't help the new birth. It'll only suffocate it. So you must release what no longer serves, what isn't a part of the future that you are creating. Let it go so that you can be more fully embodied in the beautiful future that you have created and are creating for yourself and others. You are being inspired. You are being divinely guided. Trust the inspiration and the guidance that is being given to you. Follow your heart. Release what doesn't serve, and step more fully and powerfully into your full embodiment, your full spiritual embodiment. Believe in yourself. You know, birthing doesn't have to be hard always. I know a lot of people say that. I am a woman that has given birth 3 times. I've had hard births and I've had easy births. It doesn't always have to be hard, but it almost always transforms and expands the love that is possible in this world. So move forward in the direction that you know love can expand in, and release the fear and the hate that causes love to contract and not expand. You need to release what isn't expanding love, and to step into the fully embodied person that does expand love and live love and enjoy the life that she creates for herself, that he creates for himself. Take responsibility for the life that you've created and move forward creating the life that you want to responsibly live in. Know that you belong creating, you belong expanding love, you belong standing in your truth and your sovereignty. Believe in yourself. Believe in your belonging. Believe in your creations. And believe in the possibility of love. All right, beloved Leo, that's the message I have for you this week. I hope it helps. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest, and walk in love. All right, Virgo. Virgo, you got unity this week. Sacred paradox. So I feel like there's a need to reflect on the paradoxes of life and how they can serve you, how it's okay, how the good and the bad can serve the all, how the all encompasses the good and the bad, how we are one, but we are multiple, and how can they both exist in one. And examining the paradoxes of life, you step more fully into your mastery of living this life in a masterful way. There's a lot of need for self-love this week, Virgo. So this isn't a pure analytical, intellectual exercise. There's a need to find a way to love the paradoxes that bring together this life. Find a way to love that you are the all, but you are just one piece of the many in the same way that you are the all. And find a way to love the paradoxes, to find a way to love not the bad and not the good necessarily either, although I do encourage you to love the good. All things work together for those that love good. But really think about how you can love the paradox of good and bad existing together. You know, we tend to think that's a bad person, that's a good person, that's a bad person, that's a good person. I promise you, bad people have done wonderful, wonderful good acts that just would amaze you. And I promise you, those people that you're calling good have done horrible, awful, bad acts. Look at the paradox of it all. Find a way to love the paradox, to love the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful. Find a way to love the way the ugly really accentuates the beautiful and how beautiful blooms in the ugly. Find a way, really evaluate the paradoxes of life and bring them together for good, for love, for your sovereign walk in this life. I feel like, Virgo, you're going to be encountering some of these paradoxes like never before. You're going to see the good and the bad together, working in a way that you never thought possible. It's going to help to expand your understanding of how life works for you and how life could work against you. You're expanding your understanding of life and your ability to walk through it and to understand it so that you can empower yourself to be the best with each step. Love yourself through the process and find a way to love the process. Don't go through the process unless you can love it. And find the processes that you can love and go through them. Love yourself. And protect your ability to love yourself this week. Don't let anybody get in the way of you being able to love yourself, especially this week. Show up for yourself like you never have before. And think about the paradox of what that means for your life. All right, beloved Virgo, that's the message I have for you this week. I hope it helps. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. All right, Libra, you got responsibility. I feel like you're learning the truth about responsibility and loyalty. You're learning some hard lessons about responsibility. Because there's responsibilities that you choose for yourself, and then there's responsibilities that others choose for you. And when you feel disempowered, you can passively allow for manipulation and exploitation. I feel like this is saying someone is trying to put responsibilities on you that you don't have to take, but you feel disempowered to truly stand up for yourself. And I don't feel like I can say here, Libra, it's not true. You're completely empowered. Stand up for yourself, because I don't understand the implications of what would happen as well as you do, Libra. You know. You feel like you can't say no. Like you have to say yes. And it's like, is this your responsibility truly? Or is it one that you're allowing them to place on you? And how? I understand, Libra. There are consequences to saying no that you don't want. But is there another way? Is there another way other than yes, no? How can you empower yourself to be true to you, whether you take on this responsibility or not? I'm hearing loyalty. Where does your loyalty lie? Is it with them or with your heart? How can you explain to them you need to be loyal to your heart, that you can't take it on and that you're sorry? And how can you love and protect yourself and your ability to be true to you? This is not easy, Libra. This is not cut and dry. That's why I don't feel like the solution is in the cut and dry yes or no. The solution lies somewhere in the middle, and it's not necessarily maybe either. And I don't feel like it's right or true to yourself. I don't feel like your heart will love you if you choose the sabotaging route, where it's like, all right, fine, I'll do it, but I'll do it so bad that you'll never ask me to do it again. I don't feel like that's the right route either. I feel like that it's going to lead to consequences you don't want also. I feel like the right and proper route is to let them know that in the nicest way possible that you can't, and then not show up. But you have to show up for yourself in the meantime. Be willing to show up for yourself. And know that when you have expectations that others will show up for you in a certain way, you can limit their expression and bind them from truly expressing. So don't put any expectations on others and how they'll show up. I feel like you're putting a lot of expectation on how they'll show up if you say no. And I feel like you're not totally wrong. But there's a way that you can soften that no that would change the expectations, but it's best to go in with no expectations. Just, they might be grand, they might be horrible, they might be good, bad, ugly, anything in between. That's not the point here. The point is to be true to yourself and to be true to your heart in a way that doesn't damage what could be, if that makes sense. I don't know. Enjoy yourself for what you can bring to the table and be true to yourself about what you can't. And if somebody doesn't understand that and they try to push you too far, be true to yourself, be kind, do what you can, and then step back and take care of yourself for the rest. Let them sort out their own feelings about how it happened. Be like, what I'm saying is be true to them. You know, like if they're like, please do this task, I need you to do this task, I'd be like, you know, even if I wanted to do that task, I can't. I don't have the time. I'm not going to be able to. I'm sorry. I would love to, but I'm not going to be able to. I have other things. And then they get mad about it. Okay, walk away. Let them sort out their feelings. You be true to yourself and find a way to enjoy the role that you do play and the responsibilities that you do have. Because you can't do it. You have other responsibilities. You have to be true to yourself. You have to be loyal to your heart first. All right, Libra, that's the best way I can say it. I hope this message helps. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope that you find a way to feel love and to know that you are loved. As always, Libra, take what resonates, leave the rest, and walk in love. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio, you got vulnerability. So, Scorpio, I feel like if this message is for you, you will feel it in your heart and it will feel true to you. If this message feels anything less than true in your heart, then leave it. But I feel, Scorpio, you are being challenged to be vulnerable this week. You're being challenged to step into your vulnerability. I feel like, Scorpio, you're going to want to be strong and you're going to want to be abrasive. You're going to want to stand your ground, but that is not what you're being asked to do. You're being asked to soften up. You're being asked to choose love, to choose compassion, to choose understanding. Yes, stay guarded and maybe be ready to run if you have to, but don't be ready to fight. Like, I just feel like, Scorpio, fighting this week will lead to regrets. And it's better to walk away than to fight and regret the violence later. Scorpio, I feel like you're being asked to be vulnerable, and you're going to have a situation where you're asked to open up. And if the time and space feels proper to you, which I really want you to be true. This is a proper time and space, isn't it? Oh, be willing to open up. Speak your truth. Be vulnerable. If it backfires, then be honest about that it backfired. And then go take care of yourself. Lick your wounds. Take care of yourself. But be willing to open up and be vulnerable. You're being challenged to be vulnerable. And I really do feel like, Scorpio, you would rather fight. You feel like you could fight your way out of this, and I promise you, you can't. You will fight your way into depression. You'll fight your way into regret. You'll fight your way into it's not going to work. Release the fight. Be cautious. Be willing to run if you have to. But also be willing to open up and to speak your truth. You need to speak your truth and be vulnerable. Be real. You need to be real. And if you can be real in an authentic way, you're going to get what you thought that you needed to fight for. If that makes sense. If you can open up, be true and calm, and just be like, this is who I am, and this is how it feels to be who I am, and this is what it was like to go through what I went through as me. That's going to get you what you're trying to fight for, what you think you have to fight for. Vulnerability, being willing to tell the truth, and being a little bit hypervigilant in case someone, like, yes, if someone swings at you, well, then you were right. You probably, or you weren't right, but you think, it'll feel like you were right that you needed to fight because they were going to fight you. But that doesn't mean you have to step into the fight either. I don't think you need to fight this fight. I think you need to be true to yourself and be real. Realness is needed. They will see your realness. And you will actually gain the love and the support that you want and need. So be willing to be vulnerable. Don't fight the fight. I know it feels like it needs to be fought, but it doesn't. Be vulnerable. Be real. Speak your truth in real authenticity. The more authentic and real you are, the more the other side of what you want is going to be there. If that makes sense. The more of what you want is going to come. Be real. Be real with yourself. Don't fight the fight. It's not worth it. But be true and speak your truth. Be hypervigilant. Because there's a reason why you need to be hypervigilant. If they come out swinging, duck and run. And go lick your wounds. Be like, shouldn't listen. Her told me to be vulnerable. Shouldn't be vulnerable. You know, if you have to, that's fine. I really don't think it's going to work out that way. I think there is a reason why you need to be hypervigilant. But as you speak your truth and your true authentic self comes through, you're going to see the love and the support that's actually available to you. It never would have been if you fought, though. There's no way it could have been. Be true and speak your truth in kindness and in your authenticity, and see the love that's available to you. All right, beloved Scorpio, I hope this message helps. Of course, leave it if it doesn't resonate. Sorry if I wasted your time. I hope not. I love you guys so much. You're so amazing. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. All right, beloved Sagittarius, you got stability. Ganesha comes bringing prosperity. Ooh, you have the ability for prosperity. But Sagittarius, I feel like you're like, what the heck? The ability for prosperity. You are being thrown to and fro. And as you stabilize, the stability in the chaos is going to help you see the abundance and prosperity that is available to you. So how can you stabilize? And how can you stabilize in the chaos? Oh, so I feel like so much of it is building that foundation through self-care. If you have a self-care foundation, it's so much easier to stabilize through the chaos. But I feel like there's a need to anchor into the earth, to anchor into the earth energy, because I feel like Sag, it feels like you are in chaos. You're being thrown to and fro, and as you anchor deep and into that earth energy, which is practicality and stability and perseverance and stuff like that, as you anchor into the earth, you're able to stabilize and find your way. And with a strong foundation, you have the support that you need to be able to move forward. And it's finding stillness and calm in the chaos, because you have practiced stillness and calm during the still and calm times. So be able to pull on the times that you have found that stillness and that calmness and bring it into the chaos that is now. As you move forward in stillness and calmness in the chaos, you begin to be able to find ways to navigate the chaos in plentiful, abundant ways. And I just knocked the camera, so I feel like, you're gonna feel knocked around, like it's like a knocked around. You're being knocked around and knocked off your path, but you can easily, did you notice how I just calmly, stabilized? My words, man. I was able to just calmly bring it back to center and stabilize it. So that is what is needed, even though you're being knocked around, to just calmly move back to center and to bring yourself into stillness, deep breaths, whatever it takes to bring yourself into stillness. You are being led into prosperity and abundance. You're being initiated so that you can prove that you can find the calm in the storm, so that you're able to stabilize what is chaos and create abundance with it. There are great gifts available to you, Sagittarius, whenever you find stability in the chaos. So ask yourself, how can you create from a grounded place? How can you build flexible structures that give consistency and allow for spontaneity? You want grounded structures that allow flexibility and allow spontaneity, because you need that, Sag. You need that flexibility and spontaneity in your life, but you need that stabilized structure. So I feel like for some of you, Sag, you're being called to really build that foundation. Find a way to build your foundation so that in the future, any chaotic situations that come, you will have that foundation. For others, I feel like you have built that foundation, and the foundation is being tested. Your foundation is being tested just so that you can see if it can hold up in the storm. And if it does, great. If it doesn't, also wonderful. We can fix that. So really think about it that way too. If you feel like you're being thrown to or fro, your foundation is being tested. And it's a good thing for it to be tested. Because if it falls or falters anywhere, you can fix that. Fall and falters are not failures. They're showing you what needs to be fixed. And you got this, Sagittarius. You are divinely guided through the storm this week. You have divine guidance available to you. Be willing to anchor into stability, into practicality. Find that foundation. Reform the foundation if needed. Reform the foundation. Really work on creating that stable foundation so that you can move forward in the future, no matter what may come. And always, always make room when you're creating that foundation for flexibility and spontaneity. That will always be important to you, Sag. And life will have its spontaneous adventures available to you throughout, I'm sure, Sag. But as you find your stability, you're able to anchor yourself into a grounded force that can't be reckoned with, and find a way to love and enjoy this life that's available to you. Prosperity is just around the corner. You're going to be able to see it clearly through the stability in the chaos. All right, beloved Sag, that is the message I have for you this week. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it helps. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. All right, everyone, that is our Shadows of Light Oracle for the Zodiac. I am so grateful for each and every one of you that made it to the end of this video. You know that you are the most amazing human souls on this earth. I am so, so grateful for you guys. You guys are the best ones that would make it to the end of a video like this. I pray, Mother, Father, God, and Goddess, pour blessings and joy and love upon you and your loved ones this week. For all those that made it to the end of this video, thank you, Mother, Father, God, and Goddess, for the love and joy and connection and this warmth and love that is poured out upon them this week. Thank you, Mother, Father, God, and Goddess. And so it is. Shalom. It's a little blessing for all those that made it to the end of this video. I am so grateful for each and every one of you and for my ability to give these messages this week. I hope you all have a wonderful week. And as always, don't forget to check out my website, celestialgrove.academy. And as always, walk in love.